Hey, so you have dropped your bike what feels like the 1,000th time today. You've got some kind of mental block and you can't seem to shake yourself of it. My name's Cassie Meyer, and this is my series called Mind Games, where we unpack the mental aspect of off-road riding. So, let's unpack crashes. For me, crashing is an inevitable part of off-road riding. I ride a big machine, I'm on loose surfaces, I'm short, I go down a lot. It's just part of it. And embracing that has really helped me to move past having days where I just seem to go down over and over again. Now, with that being said, you have to deal with your own experience the way that you do. So, I encourage you to slap a positive attitude on everything. That seems to just kind of be my thing. Attitude is the word that shines up in neon lights in my mind, flashes and says, you gotta turn these negative situations into a positive spin. You've gotta have a great attitude. If you can have a great attitude about, anything, you're gonna be able to be more successful. Now, crashing sucks. We've all been there, especially when you're with friends. It's embarrassing. But if you're by yourself, it can be scary. All right, what if you can't pick it up? What if you've hurt yourself? If you're with buddies, if you keep dropping it, you just feel bad, or you might get frustrated because everyone else is getting on, but you're not. But again, you've got to be true to yourself and honest about where you are and where you are that day. Each day is different. We all know it. And that includes riding our motorcycles. So, you've crashed. First thing you want to do is consider what happened. Why did it happen? Why did you crash? And then once you've unpacked some of that, think about the emotion that you're having. And allow that to be, but don't let it be overwhelming, right? So if you're frustrated, don't let it turn into anger. Don't be kicking stones around or cursing your bike or being mean to your buddies. But rather, look at it. Look at yourself and think, okay, this is where I'm at. And if that's where you are, take a breather. You'll notice, I've taken off my jacket, I've taken off my helmet. You just gotta take some time. And take as much time as you need. But when you're ready, pick that bike up. And when you get on, the next thing that I recommend is imagine the rest of your day. Imagine the rest of this trail going perfectly. Create some imagery in your mind of you conquering this trail and doing things just perfectly. Finding that exact line and picking just the right speed. And when you've created it in your mind, it seems to help your body respond to the situation when it comes to you in real life. Now, I can't prove this scientifically because, I'm not a scientist, but it seems to work really well for me to create those pathways and then find them. It's almost like I've been there before, and it just helps me navigate the situation. And so, those would be my recommendations, right? Having a great attitude about a crappy situation, about taking your time to absorb the situation, and then creating a perfect situation so that you can continue on with your day. Now, this is all easier said than done. So I'm not immune to any of these emotions. I struggle with the same things. I've had days that are just overwhelming. Days where I've had to pull over and take a breather and just recompose myself. But while I do that, I do all the things that I just suggested to you. I consider my attitude, I consider why it's happening, and I create a plan of attack in my brain so that I can get through the rest of the day. Now, with crashes in mind, they can sometimes haunt us to the point where, sure, you might get through the day, but then you put your helmet away, you hang up your jacket, and it just gives you shivers. And getting on the bike the next time becomes more difficult, and the next time becomes even more difficult. And if you've come to that part of the mental aspect and it's blocked you in such a way, honor that if it's healthy. If taking a break for that long, any amount of time, a day, a week, a month, a year, allow that to be. Allow that to be a part of your healing process. But while you do that, I recommend that you unpack your emotions and your situation with friends, but friends that are supportive of you, those that want to encourage you and lift you up, and under any circumstance will be behind you in any decision you make. Share these moments with them. And I find that by talking it through, at least for me, is really helpful. And it allows me to see it in a different light, especially days later, what really happened and how I really felt about it. And when I share it with a good friend, they can often share a similar experience with me, whether it be on motorcycles or maybe something completely different, but a very similar experience around what feels like failure or frustration or fear, whatever it is. Here's a quick condensed version of how I deal with crashes. I embrace it first and foremost, that is just a part of my riding experience. Crashes are likely going to happen. Secondly, I slap a great attitude on it. Whatever it is that happens, I've got to find a way to look at it in a positive light. Third, take as much time as you need on the trail or at home to get yourself into a place where you feel good about getting back on the motorcycle. And then fourth, create that space in your mind where it runs perfectly, where you've envisioned it going just the way you want it to. And now, with that, take it all the way back and embrace the fact that crashes happen, and then work all the way through it again. Because even though you've taken all those steps, you might find yourself back in a place where you've got a mental block. But every time you work through that process, you're going to be able to unlock that mental block that you're in more efficiently and more quickly every single time. Because when I started, it would bother me and bother me and bother me. But now, I take it in greater stride. I'm not perfect, and I have days. But crashes, for me, it's just a part of the game. So thanks for watching Mind Games with me, all about crashes. So next time you find yourself, belly side up, you know how to pick your bike up, put on that mental cap, and enjoy the rest of your ride. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching, and ride on.